Hello family, clean this kitchen with me while we chat. So I did some baking and cooking, and after my whole kitchen is a mess, so we are going to clean and chat. Now, most of the times we hear people say childbirth is not an achievement, and then some mothers tend to be angry when they hear that. And so why do people say childbirth is not an achievement? And I'm going to share my point of view on that. Now, when we say childbirth is not an achievement, it does not mean that giving birth is not important. No, it does not also mean that the pain you went through should not be considered or should be overlooked. When we say childbirth is not an achievement, what it means is that childbirth is a natural thing. God made it that if the woman is fertile, the man is potent, and the meat and the two of them are compatible, they can what? Give birth. Okay, unless the person has some medical conditions or issues where they cannot get pregnant the natural way, and then they have to use scientific method or medical means to have babies like IVF, surrogate, and all that. But when you look at the percentage, you realize that the percentage is not much. Majority of women who have gotten pregnant and given birth mostly did it through the natural way. Do you get it? And because it's a natural method, you don't need to do anything huge to get pregnant. Do you get it? You have sex with your partner, and if you are in your fertile window or period, you just get pregnant. And so because it's a natural thing, if you get pregnant and you give birth, you don't see yourself as important or better than your fellow woman who hasn't given birth for whatever reason. Do you get it? Because you didn't do anything huge to gain it. It's just a natural thing, and God has decided that you should get pregnant and give birth, and you have it. Some people, apart from medical issue, it could be that God's own intention, they should not have what? Babies. If you're a Christian, you agree with me that in the Bible, we have some examples of women God intentionally delayed their childbirth. Someone like Hannah and Sarah. And we have some people also who never gave birth. Do you get it? Not because they did something bad, but God in his own wisdom thought that, oh, they should not have children. Do you get it? And so the fact that you have a child, which is a natural thing, God gave it to you. You didn't do anything strange to have it. It is not an achievement, and so you don't see yourself as better than your fellow woman who hasn't given birth, or you have achieved something. You didn't do anything by your own strength to achieve it. It's just a natural thing. And the second point is that when we say childbirth is not an achievement, what we are saying is that childbirth is a responsibility. And so you don't think that it's an achievement, so you give birth and you think that I have arrived. No. You have taken a responsibility upon yourself that I'm going to bring up another human being so that this child become useful in the society. Do you get it? And so since it's a responsibility, you prepare yourself for it. But because some of you women think that it's an achievement, you don't prepare yourself. You just get pregnant, give birth, and then forget about the responsibility aspect of childbirth. If you think childbirth is an achievement, then we need to clap for teenagers around 10 years, and 12 years, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years giving birth. We need to clap for them, meaning they have achieved something. But I realize that when a girl is around that age and she gives birth, the family becomes angry. Some parents even disown their children for giving birth out of wedlock. And even if you are old and you are not married and you give birth, the society makes it look like it's a shame. And so childbirth is a responsibility. Now, the only time you can say that I have achieved when it comes to childbirth is when you have been able to take care of that child, for the child to become responsible and not headache to himself, headache to the family, and headache to the society. Because some of you parents, the child you gave birth to is the one who is killing you. The child you gave birth to, some of you, your children abuse you verbally. Some of you, your children will even stab you if they get the opportunity. They are stealing. Some have become headache to the society. Some of you parents, you're always going to the court to settle issues, paying debts you have no idea of because of the child you give birth to. You have such a child and you think you have achieved. And when it comes to making that kind of impact too, one does not need to give birth before they can train another human being to be responsible, useful to himself, to family, and to the society at large. One can adopt. Any responsible person can pick someone and train the person to become useful to him or herself, to the family, and to the society at large. Do you get it? And we all that indirectly we make an impact on the lives of others. So you might not have a child you are training, but the good deeds you are doing out there, you are impacting somebody's life. But if you want to do it more direct, then you can adopt someone. And so the fact that you have a child doesn't mean you have achieved something. It's a responsibility. Therefore, stop shaming women who don't have children and make them feel that they have not achieved anything. Thanks for watching. You can leave your comment. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.